Hi everyone, hashtag 78 days. Lisa here with day 18 in this journey through the tarot one day at a time, one card at a time, featuring one deck at a time. And today the deck I'm featuring is the Ancient Italian Tarot, which is a Lo Scarabeo edition of an 1880 Soprafino that is like fine engraved tarot deck. That's really quite a beautiful reproduction. You can get an even more beautiful reproduction from Il Meneghello. I covet that Soprafino tarot, but for now, I'm looking here it is, no, that's not it, that's the moon, here it is. I'm quite content with my Lo Scarabeo. And actually just a fun note about this deck, the card backs are really pretty, and Tom Benjamin has a really wonderful video where he talks about how this deck is the only deck that he's trimmed because of the backing, and he did a beautiful job. So Tom, if you're watching this, love your channel, and I love your trimmed Soprafino. Okay, so this card, the Star, or as the Soprafino deck calls it, the Stars, and actually that plural is really, I think, kind of significant. You know, the traditional version of this card, going back to the Marseille tradition, is to have 7 stars, you know, representing the 7 fixed objects in the heavens, and then this star here in the middle, the morning star, Venus, but also the star that, you know, that the Magi see in the heavens that indicates that Christ is born. You know, so already, like the specialness of the star, this 8-pointed star in the middle, it draws our attention to this card as a card of redemption, a card of hope, a card of moving into the future, and a future that is one of peace and reconciliation. It's taking us toward judgment, it's taking us toward the world, toward the completion of the cycle of the major arcana. Now, one of the beautiful things that Rachel Pollack in 78 Degrees of Wisdom, right, this magnificent book, one of the beautiful things that she says about the star is she points out the ways in which this card is just right on the surface of it, a card that signifies peace and calm after the great storm. And in that she reminds us of the connection between this card, language, and oh, here we go. I am surrounded by cards. Okay. And temperance. You know, both cards come to us after great turmoil. So temperance, you know, we have the death card, and then that dissolution, that upheaval is followed by temperance, is followed by this invitation to find balance. And then the star follows immediately on the Tower, on an even more cataclysmic turning of the wheel, and even more cataclysmic upheaval, right? Both cards show us figures with 1 foot in water and 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the unconscious, right? The depths of the mystery, the watery depths of the intuition, and 1 foot on the terra firma of everyday existence. Both cards show us that figure pouring water from cups, from like the chalice type vessel that links both of these cards also to the cups as a minor suit. But in temperance, this pouring of the waters is contained, right? Nothing's lost. It's all contained. It's all measured. You know, we have this staid and stable figure of this angel, this kind of androgynous figure, mingling, alchemically mixing, combining, bringing together opposites while holding on to all of that essence of life passing between these 2 cups. But in this card, this unambiguously female figure, naked, pouring her waters out into the land and into the pool. And in pouring her waters out, there's no fear here of loss, no fear here of losing anything. It's like This is, you know, Rachel Pollack's point, not mine. It's like this image of complete abundance. And if you see the ways that the water poured onto the land feeds into the pool, it's almost as if we've got like this ever-renewing source of all sources. Again, calling forth the imagery of the cups, of this magic chalice, this chalice of spirit and emotion and great mysterious depth. So for Rachel Pollack, this image of hope is also an image of complete abundance. One further thing that she points out that I think is just brilliant is she talks about the ways in which all the cards in the major arcana that show these pools have mountains in the background, and they each have, so we've got the moon here, and they each have paths that lead toward those mountains. So you see that path in the moon, and you see the same path toward the mountain and toward that crown, right? The crown of sovereignty in Temperance. But in the star, there's no path. There's just the watery abundance. For me, this ends up then being an image of a kind of deep faith in the upswelling of faith itself. A deep faith in faith, if that makes any sense. A sense of the calm, the peace, the abundant but also vast stillness that is possible and available to us after the kind of upheaval and transformation of the tower. So coming back to the Soprafino, to the ancient Italian tarot, here all the water is being poured into the pool. We don't see where the pool begins or ends, and the figure is squarely on dry land. But nonetheless, the kind of abundance all around her, this tree, this bird in the tree, which may be an owl, maybe the dove of Holy Spirit, maybe the owl of wisdom, watching over her as she looks toward us and invites us to come with her into this world of abundant light, abundant spirit. She invites us into the world of abundance. For me, the star is a card that is signaling our deepest birthright, reminding us of who we are at the source of our being. So, can we drink of these waters? You know, can we find this moment of peace and beauty beneath the heavens that are, in fact, our truest home? I just want to go there. I just want to hang out with our auburn-haired beauty there. Right? Such bounty and such clarity. May you be well. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your practice and for spending this time with me.